Hello, and thanks for staying with us. Since 1992, HealthPoint Biotherapeutics has been a leader in innovative technologies for the prevention and treatment of acute, chronic, and burn-related wounds. The HealthPoint portfolio includes products that address the challenges of wound care, including Santal, Regranix, and Oasis. One of HealthPoint's strengths as a pinnacle company in wound care has been their dynamic, knowledgeable, and friendly sales force. Joining me today via Skype is Chris Stewart. He is the Director of Sales Training and Development for HealthPoint. Chris, welcome to the Wound Wire.
Thank you, Dr. Niezgoda.
Chris, you have the exciting job of training HealthPoint's sales force. Tell us a little bit about the challenges associated with this position.
Well, one of the things that in being top class in terms of sales representatives in the industry, we really have to make sure that our representatives are, one, they are skilled clinically, and they're also skilled as far as how to accomplish their sales duties as well.
Right, and I will tell you that knowledge in a representative makes all the difference, whether someone gets in the door and gets the clinician's ear or not. How many sales representatives does HealthPoint currently have?
Right now we're 160 and growing.
160, congratulations. Well, that is a formidable task of being in your position of training and developing these young sales professionals. HealthPoint's been a strong advocate of the professional wound representative certification course, and HealthPoint has enrolled hundreds of reps in the last couple of years. What does the PWRC certification represent to HealthPoint?
Well, really, once again, as far as being a best in class in the industry, we really will have to make sure that we are trained both from a clinical standpoint and a sales standpoint. That's really helped us be able to lift our clinical acumen to the level to where we can actually have conversation with high-level nurses and physicians such as yourself in this industry.
Well, that's fabulous. We certainly appreciate your support. Can you let the audience hear some of the feedback that you've gotten from your sales force regarding the PWRC training?
We've had one individual who was with the company for over 10 years, John Palekas, who stated that after going through 10 years, you'd figure he knew everything in the industry. But in going through this process, he really felt like it helped to hone his skills to a fine edge and really helped him raise his level of knowledge. And after going through the process, he said he felt much more capable of being able to have those conversations with physicians and high-level nurses and really be able to drive home his clinical message that he had.
Certification for representatives in the industry is not new. It's been around for a few years. There's a lot of different courses to choose from. Can you give us any insight as to why HealthPoint decided to endorse the PWRC training and certification?
Well, I know my predecessor, Jimmy Kitson, looked at several other clinical resources that we had available, and this one provided what we were looking for in terms of the clinical knowledge, but also the testing that goes along with it to provide what the reps are really asking for, which is the clinical knowledge in their industry and also in the wound care as far as wound care knowledge.
Fabulous. Well, I really want to tell you I appreciate you spending the time with us today to share your insights. I know you've got a very challenging job. I'm going to share with you a little bonus here, Chris, and I'm going to let you know, you're one of the first to hear this, actually, but for anyone that is a current student in the PWRC course or is a graduate of PWRC, we are offering something special through our WebCME technology. We're going to be having, on a monthly basis, an opportunity for the representatives to actually get online and interact with a clinician or two in different areas and different specialties, obviously centered around wound care. But we're going to provide the students access to these clinicians to ask questions. Do you think that might be an added value or a benefit to HealthPoint?
Absolutely. I mean, one of the things that we're known for within the HealthPoint training department is really being able to provide resources in terms of physicians and other clinicians who work in the wound care industry and providing the reps an opportunity to really ask them questions and really almost allow the physicians to take them through like a resident, to take them through and ask them questions and at the same time being able to allow the representatives to ask questions from their perspective as far as things that work, things that don't work, how they like to be approached, how they don't like to be approached. So I think this will be really a big asset for our sales force.
Fabulous. Chris, again, thank you for spending the time. I know you're a busy man. I'm going to let you go, but I appreciate the opportunity to ask you a few questions about the training course on WoundWire. And I wish you continued success in your position and continued success to HealthPoint in their ongoing efforts to provide excellent care to our patients.
Well, thank you, Dr. Niezgoda.
We've been talking a lot about PWRC and training for representatives, wound care representatives, those individuals that want to distinguish themselves by earning the PWRC. I am joined by yet another advocate and endorser of the PWRC process, Chris Shuttle. Chris is the National Sales Manager for Arabella Medical out of Minnetonka, Minnesota. Chris, thank you so much for joining us on the WoundWire.
Thanks for having me, Dr. Niezgoda.
So, PWRC, I understand that you yourself, obviously by the initials behind your name, they're displayed, have taken the course and you've utilized it for training your sales force. Give us some insights into what PWRC means to you as an individual, as well as how you've utilized the course for your company, Chris.
Well, first of all, for myself, I'm a wound care specialist, and I think it's a great review course for anyone who wants to recertify. The course is very detailed, starts at the cellular level, goes through all types of wounds, goes into your dressings, hyperbaric, and your advanced technologies. So it's a really good review course with a lot of detail by some key opinion leaders, very well experienced, multidisciplinary physicians and nurses in the field today. Now, as far as my staff, I have a lot of staff that are non-clinical, and what I have seen is when they're able to do this class and go through the clinical aspect of it and then move on to the sales and tie it together, I'm seeing results with their staff, with their sales.
Well, that's great. Now, yeah, I think it's an important distinction that you've made. Obviously, as an RN, you've obtained a number of certifications and have a great deal of experience in wound care, and you found the course to be a good review for you, as well as provide a good introduction for those that may not have the same clinical knowledge base and skill set that you have. And that's a great distinction. You know, there's a lot of training courses out there, Chris, for professionals. Why does Arabella endorse the PWRC, and why did you decide to train your sales force through the PWRC?
That's a good question. One of the things I like about this course is I didn't have to pull my reps out of the field. They can do it at home from their own home office, right, at their own pace. When we're working with non-clinical staff, and Dr. Patty Smith is going over the cellular level, it's quite detailed, where they can slow it down, back it up, review it, and really learn the material based on having a limited amount of time to review a lot of information.
So the same things that we talk about, the strengths of online training that we've talked about for years through WebCME, are the same things that you're telling me again here. You know, take the material, watch it at your own pace, the ability to review, go over it again, to reinforce. Was it cost effective for you?
It was very cost effective. I'm not having to pay my staff to travel, put them up in a hotel, pull them out of the field and lose a week in the field with sales. They can keep their territories running while they're taking the training. I can do a lot of training about my equipment, but unless they understand what's happening at the cellular level and understand how wounds heal, it's difficult for them to be able to sell my product.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely. Now, Chris, as a special bonus to you, I'd like to also tell you about something that we're doing to show our appreciation to those individuals that have achieved the status of PWRC, as well as for those that are enrolled in the course right now. You know, one of the things that is often criticized, or online training is criticized for, is that it's not face-to-face, there's no interaction, there's no faculty-to-student interaction. WebCME is going to solve that problem for you, Chris, and we're going to provide you some continuing, ongoing reinforcement on a monthly basis. Anyone that is a subscriber to PWRC, either past or present, is going to have access to a host of clinicians via the web in a face-to-face forum, similar to what we're doing right here. That's going to allow reps to ask questions of these clinicians. It may be a clinical question, it may be a a marketing question, may try to get into the clinician's head on different approaches that may work or may not work for promoting or talking about a device or product. How does that sound to you?
Oh, that's excellent. If you have the clinical support and you have the marketing approach, I think that's great. I think that's one thing that sets your course aside from the other courses, is when you have Michael in there driving the sales and teaching the student how to take the clinical knowledge and take the sales knowledge, looking at the literature and the research, and be able to apply it to their product, not to mention the self-growth and self-evaluation. I like the one statement stuck with me that he said during this course is take one night a week, just one night a week, and dedicate it to yourself, to better yourself within your job. And if we do that once a week and just try to heal in on one skill, you're able to advance and move forward.
Yeah, that's a great observation and great insight, and certainly, you know, I think that goes without saying for not only PWRC but for all those fields. And you need to spend time on professional development and training and continue to educate yourself. Chris, I know you're a busy lady, and I certainly appreciate you spending some of your valuable time with us. How do you like the new name of the show, Woundwire? What do you think?
I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. Hey, but before we leave, I want to point out one more thing that might be helpful to some other companies that are looking at your course for you.
Sure.
I think the code of conduct and looking into the AVAMED laws and making sure that while we're out there in the field and we're trying to talk clinical and trying to sell our products and promote our products to heal patients, I think the AVAMED laws and the code of conduct is another valuable tool that you offer to the companies.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it. We appreciate your support. Chris, I look forward to seeing you soon. And again, thank you so much for spending time with us here today and sharing your insights on the PWRC.
Thank you.